Okay, I hope it is keep on. Okay. Again, if you don't have question, then we'll start. Okay? We start with chapter 4. What is chapter 4 about? Cell. Remember, we is coming from chemicals. Now we're going to cell. Cell is organization of.
Organelle.
Yeah. What is after atoms, molecules, and then cell actually. Right? Organelle is part of the cell that also consists of molecules. So cell is organization of molecules, right? We're gonna talking about cell now. Cell. Okay, so based on the cell theory, what is theory? What does theory mean? It is one of the scientific method that kind of higher level, right? Everybody kind of, yes, it is true, right? Theory. So according to the cell theory, every living things, every organization, every organism consists of cell. You follow this one? So cell is basic unit of life. Cell is basic unit of organism. Cell is basic unit of living. Can you follow this? Right? So cell is the smallest unit, structural and functional unit of living organism. I say it over and over, so make sure you know. Right? Cell is basic unit of living, of life. Okay, so organism will have cell. All organism will consist of cell. You get this one? Now, there are two types of cell, two main type of cell. First is called a prokaryotic cell. Okay, prokaryotic cell. Sometimes they're also known as prokaryotes. Prokaryotic organism. What is the second one? Eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell. Okay? You follow this? Now, we mentioned before, okay, what is you mean? You mean? Nucleus is this one. Karyon mean nucleus. You mean? Real. You mean real. You are real. I am not real. Okay, you mean real. What is karyon? Nucleus. So it means that this cell has real nucleus. You got this one? Pro. What does pro mean? Before or primitive. It means that they don't have the nucleus, or the nucleus is very primitive. Right? You get this one? Now, both of these cells will have 4 similarities. It's very important. Okay? Both of them will have 4 similarities. They're all the same in these 4 things. Okay, we're gonna make a picture of cell. Okay, for the eukaryotic cell, there are several types. Let's say we start with fungi cell. Okay, and then plant cell, and animal cell. What is the other one that also eukaryotic that I don't put over here? Remember, there are 5 kingdoms. What? Monera, Protista. Why I don't put Protista over here? Because some Protista have plant cell, other one have animal cell. Okay, so this animal cell, protozoa in it, plant cell, algae in it, which is Protista. Okay, now we're gonna use, let's say, it's gonna be just make look like the same. Okay, get it? Now, all of the cell will have the boundary. The boundary of the cell. What do you call this boundary of the cell? Cell? Membrane. Cell membrane. Okay? All cell will have cell membrane. Okay, so this is number one. Why is not cell wall? Because not all cell have cell wall. Okay, only several cell have cell wall. Right? But all cell have what? Cell membrane. You get this one? And the cell membrane consists of molecules called phospholipid. So cell membrane made of phospholipid. It is called a phospholipid bilayer. Basically, it will make two layers. We will talk about this phospholipid bilayer in chapter 5. Okay, right now, just make sure you know all cells have cell membrane made of phospholipids. Okay. The second part, all cells will have this inside part. What do you call the inside or the content of the cell? Cytoplasm. So all cells will have cytoplasm. That's number 2. Hear me? Okay, next. All cells will have this. This is the one that make cell able to reproduce, to replicate, growing. Right? Which is this. Okay. Okay. If this animal is human, we have 46 of this. What do you call it? Chromosomes. Chromosome. Why is not DNA? Because DNA is part chromosome. Okay. So this one is called, so number 3, chromosome consists of many DNA or genes. So DNA is gene, okay, which is part of the chromosome. So this is number 3. Okay, get it? Now, last one. How many I mentioned? They have how many similarities? All cell? 4. The last one is all cell will have this very small organelle. Look like a dot, very, very small. Okay. And this organelle are used for making proteins. What do you call that organelles? Ribosome. So all cell will have ribosome. Okay, this is number 4. Ribosomes. Okay, number 4. You follow this, right? So all cells have the ability to make proteins. Prokaryote, eukaryote, they will able to make protein because what? All have ribosome. All cells will be able to replicate, multiply because what? They have chromosome, DNA. Okay. You get this one first? Now, these are the 4 similarities. 4 similarities. Now, differences. I'm going to use different color for differences. Now, for the prokaryote and eukaryote, what is the main difference between prokaryote and eukaryote again? Nucleus. So what happened in the prokaryote, the chromosome is just in the cytoplasm. It's not protected. Eukaryotic cell, it has the chromosome is protected by nuclear envelope. Get it? So there is a nuclear envelope. Nuclear envelope. Okay, so this one will have nuclear envelope. This one will have nuclear envelope. You follow this? Now, the whole thing over here, the chromosome with the nuclear envelope is become a new structure. What do you call them? What do you call this? What do you call the whole thing over here? Which is the center of the cell? Nucleus. Now it's become nucleus. You see that one? So it's now become nucleus. Okay? So this is nucleus. This is nucleus. Get it? Okay. Now, another difference. The eukaryotic cell will have more organelles in addition to ribosome. Right? It has, like for example, the ribosome usually attached to organelle is called, anybody know? Organelles that has ribosome on it. When it has ribosome, the wall of this organelle will be rough. Will be rough, will be bumpy. So this ribosome is actually attached over here. What you call that organelle? Rough ER. Okay, it's called the rough ER. We're gonna learn this later. Okay, what is the function of rough ER? So it will have rough ER. The same thing with this. It will have rough ER. Okay. The chromosome make proteins. The rough ER will store the protein. So this is the protein storage, the RER. And then there is another ER that is smooth because there is no ribosome on it. What do you call that? Smooth ER. Gonna be SER, right? Smooth ER. What is the function of smooth ER? Make lipids. So cell able to make protein, lipids. And then there is a bigger organelle, that's close to SER and RER. The organelle actually will modify lipids and proteins. So the lipid will go here, the protein will go here. Then it will be modified into the final products like enzyme, hormones. Right? Our cell produce enzyme, hormone, and this is the one that produce that final product. Anybody know what is the name? Start with the G. Golgi. Golgi apparatus. So this is Golgi apparatus. This is Golgi apparatus. Okay. Get it? Now, they also have other smaller organelle like lysosome, peroxisome, proteasomes. They have complex organelle. And also they have the organelle that able to produce energy. Anybody know what is the name of organelle that make ATP? Mitochondria. So mitochondria. Now how about prokaryotic cell? They don't have this. They don't have this additional organelle. Prokaryotic cell only have one organelle. What is called? Ribosome. Only ribosome. Nothing else. You follow this? Now, also, there is another differences between this eukaryotic cell. Okay, some eukaryotic cell have cell wall. Some do not. Which one do you think do not have cell wall? Which cell do not have the cell wall? Animal cell, no cell wall. What? So this one does not have cell wall. Protozoa, animal, don't have cell wall. Okay, the outer membrane will be the cell membrane. How about plant? They have cell wall. Let's say, oh, I used to make red color, wrong one. So it has cell wall. Okay, made of, anybody know? Still remember? What is the cell wall of plants made of? What molecules? Cellulose. Cellulose. You got this one? Now about fungi. Anybody know? Do fungi have cell wall? What does mean? Yes or no? Huh? Incorrect. It's gonna be yes. So fungi have cell wall, but the molecules that make the cell wall for the fungi is not cellulose. It is a molecule that also have in insect, the exoskeleton of the insect. Chitin, not cheating, not cheating. Okay, cheating is here. I don't know how to say it. Cheating, chitin, what? Chitin. That's the spelling. So fungi have cell wall. The only one that do not have cell wall is the what? Animal cell. Get it? How about bacteria? How about the prokaryote? Prokaryote, mostly bacteria and archaea. They're all prokaryote. Right? Do they have cell wall? You cannot say, do they have cell wall or not? They do. Most bacteria have cell wall. So they have cell wall. But the cell wall is made of molecule called the peptidoglycan, which is combination of peptide, protein, and glycan, carbohydrate. So combination of protein and carbohydrate will make the cell wall of bacteria. If you take microbiology, you're gonna learn this more. Why, for example, some bacteria have thicker cell wall, equal gram-positive. There are gram-negative bacteria. What kind of antibiotics they use for gram-positive, gram-negative? If you're going to medical school, you're going to learn this. Based on the cell wall, actually you have to use different type of antibiotics. Get it? Now, anybody have questions so far for this different type of cell? Clear, right? Clear. Now, if it is in the exam, make sure you get it. What is the four similarities between all cells? Cell membrane, cytoplasm, ribosome, chromosome. That's it. The rest gonna be different. Okay? Yay, you get it. I'm gonna erase this one. Okay? Yes.
What does the Golgi apparatus do?
Modify proteins and lipids into final products, such as enzymes and hormones. Okay. Okay. Okay, now I have a question for you. Anybody know viruses like flu viruses, COVID-19? They're able to replicate, right? They're able to reproduce. They're able to kill you. Now, my question is, do the viruses organism or not? Use the definition of organism. Organism is living thing that consists of cells, right? Okay. Do virus has cell? Does virus has cell? This is the structure of viruses. Virus only consists of two main molecules. It's called capsid, which is made of proteins. Okay, and it has chromosome. It has DNA that able to replicate. So it has DNA or RNA. They cannot be both. Right? virus only carry DNA or RNA. Therefore, there are two types of viruses, DNA viruses, RNA viruses. Like flu viruses, they are what? RNA viruses. COVID-19, they are RNA viruses. Right? Now, this is what we call the central core, which is consists of nucleic acid. That's the molecules. Okay. Do you see any cell membrane? Do you see any cytoplasm? Do you see any ribosome on that structure? Okay. If you are a biology student, if someone asking you, do viruses living things or non-living things? Do they living things or non-living things? Non-living things. Because what? We base on our definition, what? Living things consist of cell. Okay. But some people say they are living things because they can multiply. Yes, but they only multiply inside the living thing. So many people say this is an agent. Agents that bridge living and non-living. That's it. That's the easy definition. Virus is actually an agent that used as a bridge between non-living and living thing. Okay? It can also tell you about evolution, maybe. Okay. Just intermezzo. Intermezzo about virus. Virus is, if we are a biology student, we should say is they are non-living. They are not organism. Okay. Now, again, cell make this organism, right? And now it will make tissue first, it will make organ system, etc. But at the end, it will make organism. Because there are some organisms that actually only have one cell. They don't have tissue, they don't have organ, they don't have what? They don't have the organ system. They just organism. Okay? So based on the cell number, the organisms can be divided into three types. Actually, two main types, but in the middle is kind of between. Alright. The first one is the cell that only have one cell. Organism that consists only one cell, they already alive. They already become organism. What do you call that organism? Organism that only have one cell. What is one in scientific term? Mono or uni. Okay, we're gonna see uni. Okay, it's gonna be called the unicellular organism. Get it? Okay, only one cell. Like bacteria, for example, they're already alive. Okay, that's unicellular organism. Get it? The other part over here, the organism that consists of million, trillion of cells. What do you call them? Multicellular. Multicellular organism. Like human, for example. You get this one? Okay. Now, between them, there is another organism that actually consists of several cells, but it's not really multi. There may be just 4, 5, 8 cells that combine together. That organism is called the colonial organism. It makes colony instead of multicellular organism. Okay. Examples, we have organism in the water that look like this. Consists of 4 cell or 8 cell combined and making one organism. Okay. You get this one first? Now, unicellular organism. All bacteria or all Monera, which is bacteria and archaea, they are unicellular organism. They only have one cell. Okay? They can multiply into thousand or million, but mostly they are just one that, you know, together. Okay. Get it? Now, majority of protists, they are actually unicellular organism. Okay. Example, if you look under the water, you're gonna find these organisms. And you see SpongeBob, what? You see SpongeBob, there is a small man that can talk. What do you call him? Plankton, Mr. Plankton. They are actually unicellular organism. What? Mr. Plankton. They are zooplankton. You know me? Okay. Algae, most algae are unicellular organism. Many, some of them multicellular. Okay. Majority of protists, they are unicellular organism. Okay. I think tomorrow some of you will have microscope kind of things. You might be able to see some of organism on the lab. Fungi. Okay, few fungi are unicellular. Okay. So unicellular organism, all Monera, majority of protists, and few fungi. Example, yeast. Many yeast actually just one cell. Most yeast only consists of one cell. It's not like a long chain of cell. Okay, what we call the hyphae. Okay. Colonial. Okay, colonial. Okay. Many protists, they are colonial. Okay. So protists is really diverse organism. They can be unicellular, some of them colonial, some of them actually multicellular. Okay. Few fungi. Again, like yeast, they're able to actually combine 4 or 5 cells, making a structure like that. If you see under microscope, they look like 4 or 5 cells that bind together. We don't call them multicellular, we call them colonial organism. They're making colony. Okay, you got this one? Last one. Multicellular organism. What do you think? All will be multicellular. All plant, all animal, right? They're all of them, even though they are small, like ant, for example, they're still multicellular organism, right? Majority of fungi. You see mushroom, you see puffball, you see what else? What is the mushroom that is really expensive to eat? They're all multicellular, right? They are not one single cell, or they are not colonial. They are multicellular. Okay, many or some protists. They are also multicellular. Example, if you go with me to Australia, you're gonna see them on the beach. What? They're green in color. They are very big on the beach. What do you call them? Green or brown color. The seaweed. What? Seaweed, kelp. Okay. They are protists actually. They are not plant. They are algae, but they are multicellular. Okay. You got this one? So that's the diversity of organism based on the number of cells. Again, just remember all bacteria will be unicellular. All archaea unicellular. All plant animals, they are multicellular. Fungi, between them, protists even between these 3 different types. Okay? You got this one? All right, we're done for this. I'm gonna erase this, we'll continue. Okay, now we'll continue to the structure of cell itself. Okay, for this example, we're gonna use the animal cell and plant cell for comparison. Okay. What do you call the boundary of cell? All cell will have it. Cell membrane. Let's say this is animal cell. This is plant cell. Okay. The cell membrane consists of two layers of phospholipid. Basically, phospholipid will be look like this. The head will be facing outside because there is outside water. So the head is polar, hydrophilic. The other head will be facing inside the water, the cytosol. So it's gonna be like this. So basically, there are two layers. So all cell membrane will be the same. Consists of two layers of phospholipid. Okay, so this is cell membrane or phospholipid bilayers. Okay. Okay. Now, do they have nucleus? Yes. It's gonna be, let's say we're gonna put nucleus over here. We're gonna put nucleus over here. Okay. What is inside the nucleus? Chromosomes. Nucleus. Nucleus. Inside the nucleus, you have chromosomes. Okay, chromosome. Okay. Let's say if it is human, the animal cell that we use over is humans, how many chromosomes that do we have? 46. Chromosome, we have 46. Or we can also say 23 plus 23. Why 23 plus 23? Because each chromosome will be pairs. Right? It's 23 pairs. One chromosome coming from your father, the other pair coming from your mother. Therefore, you have both character of your father and your mother. If somebody tell you, you look like your father. Yes, of course, because I carry half. Okay, my chromosome is half coming from my father. You look like your mother. Yes, because half of my chromosome is coming from my mother. You have to be angry if somebody say, you look like your neighbor. Okay, no, just kidding. Hey, you guys want, okay? So 23 pairs of chromosome, right? Now, how about plant? Plant different. Some of them have, maybe 20. I don't know how many chromosomes they do have, right? Now, in that chromosome, what? That chromosome is actually made of DNA and proteins, right? The DNA part over here, okay, it will give sequence. So sequence of DNA, make sequence over here, DNA, just sequence, very short sequence, is become what we call gene. Get it? What is the meaning of sequence? Anybody know? What is the building block? What is the subunit of DNA? Nucleic acid. It's actually sequence of nucleic acid. On the DNA, how many types of nucleic acid? How many types? 4. What is that? Adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Right? You get this one? So this one is actually, let's say this is DNA is just sequence of this. Let's say this is A. What? Adenine. This is guanine. This is cytosine. This is thymine. This is another guanine, for example. The blue side. You know me? Remember, DNA always in pair, right? 2 strand, double helix. Now, the adenine will always use or make a hydrogen bond with, anybody know what is the pair for the adenine? Adenine will always with thymine, right? Are you with me? Guanine will always bind with cytosine. You get this one? So you can follow that sequence. Cytosine will always bind with guanine. Are you with me? Thymine will always bind with adenine. Can you follow this, right? That's easy actually, how the DNA sequence. And then guanine will always bind with cytosine. You get this one? Hey, so there is a sequence over here. A, G, C, T, G, and then the other part going to be T, C, G, A, C. That's what we call the sequence. As this sequence give the what we call the gene. From the 26 chromosome, 46 chromosome that do we have about 20,000 to 25,000 genes. Get it? So human mostly carry about 20,000 or 25,000 genes. Some people have more, some people have less. Therefore, they have some differences. Can you follow this, right? Okay, now, this sequence, like a T, C, G, I, C over here, become a gene. And this gene has to be translated into characters that we have. Right? It's called the phenotype. So this gene is called genotype. Got it? It has to be translated into phenotype, which is character that you can observe. You cannot observe the gene. You know the sequence, but you cannot really observe it. Very small. But you can observe the phenotype. Like if you see me, I have a lot of phenotype that you can observe. My skin is dark, right? My hair is black, more dark, right? My nose is small, and etc. That's what we call what? Phenotype. Phenotype. This phenotype is actually coming from my gene. I have the gene for this dark color. Right? I have the gene for this straight hair. If you have curly, then you have gene for curly hair. Okay? Now, this phenotype mostly actually proteins, right? You guys want? So DNA will be translated into protein in order to be your characters. I try to make it simple for you, so you actually know how your character is made from your gene. Are you with me? Now, before going to the proteins, right? This sequence of DNA has to be transcribed first into a code. The code will be carried by one single strand. You get this one? One single strand of nucleic acid. What do you call that single strand of nucleic acid? RNA. You and me? And because this as a RNA carry the message, the RNA is called the M. What does M mean? What does mRNA mean? Messenger RNA. Is carry the message. This is the messenger. Now, how the sequence of RNA gonna be? Let's say we use this sequence that coming from this site over here. This is actually your gene. Let's say your gene. What is the sequence of the gene over here? T, C, G, A, C, right? You with me? So when it is making the RNA, the T will make the opposite of T. What is the opposite of T? A. Right, good job. This is messenger RNA. C will make the opposite of C. T. Do you think RNA have T? Do RNA carry thymine? No. It's become what? U. No, it's U. Can you follow this? Because there is no thymine in RNA. It's become U. Hey. Now G become what? What is the opposite of G? Or the pair of G? C, right? How about A become? There is no T in the RNA. What is that? U. And then C, C become What's the pair of C? G, right? This is actually the messenger over here, AUCUG. And then later you're gonna learn about what we call codon. Codon consists of 3 sequence of nucleotide, AUG, AUC, AGG, GCC, whatever, that create nucleic acid. Amino acid. And every amino acid will bind together to create the long protein. Are you with me? So every 3 over here will create codon. Codon equal to amino acid. How many type of amino acid that we have? 20. So one of them will have 1 codon, or 5 3 codon will have maybe 1 amino acid, something like that. So each sequence, 3 sequence will make amino acid. Are you with me? So this one actually have codon over here. AUG, GCC, whatever, what? Does become messenger. And then they have to go to the organelle that make proteins. What is the organelle that make protein? All cells have it, remember? Ribosome. That's the reason why ribosome is the closest, the organelle that closest to the nucleus. Why? Because it has to take the messenger RNA as soon as possible. That's how cell is very, very effective, efficient. Ribosome over here. Hey, 2 more minutes. Hey, in the ribosomes, then this messenger RNA will be translated into protein. So amino acid will be carry, and many long amino acid finally become what? Become protein. Okay, let's say protein is like this. Get it? And this protein has to be stored. Where it is stored? What is the organelle that store the protein? Remember the organelle that have ribosome on it, that bumpy, RER. Therefore, RER will be here and store the proteins. A lot of protein will be stored here. Can you follow this? So ribosome, many of them is actually attached to the RER. Because they make protein and RER store that protein. We stop here. I hope it's helping you to understand how the protein is made and where it is made, where it is stored. We're gonna continue on Friday.